Happy new moon solar eclipse in Sagittarius crew. Bow! I need to share something quickly with you guys. If you saw my previous PickACard reading, in the intro, I talked about my crazy style, and actually one of you lovely crew members, Rai, who's been following me on Instagram as well, she decided to create a picture combining all those different role models I had. So this is the outcome. I'm also going to place the image over here. Isn't this amazing? Isn't Rice so talented? Guys, I'm even holding the rose water in my hand. This is amazing. I love you so much, crew. I genuinely don't deserve you all. Hey crew, welcome back to the Spiritual Social. I'm Lexi, your local lightworker. I'm a tarot reader and an astrologer, and I'm super grateful to have you here with me today, my beautiful crew, my wonderful soul family. Welcome to this new moon solar eclipse in Sagittarius special. I'm saging this environment. I'm cleansing our space. Let's do a collective cleanse together. Let's take a deep breath in. Breathing in peace of mind, exhaling doubts, worries, and fears. So, my beautiful souls, today I have a special PickACard reading. I'm going to focus it on what does this beautiful, fated solar eclipse energy bring into your life. As you guys know or might be aware, solar eclipses are times when fated events override human willpower, and whatever we've been finding it hard to begin with in our lives, maybe there was a deep unconscious desire that we wanted to bring into being and to manifest. Well, if we never got the opportunity, the resources, the time, the people to make that happen, now the divine intervenes. It's a deus ex machina kind of situation, and it will bring you exactly what you need to push you forward on your destined path in order to fulfill the contents of the house, the sign, and the significance, the symbolism of where you have the North Node or Rahu in Vedic astrology in your birth chart. During a new moon, the sun and the moon are conjunct. So people that are born on a new moon have usually a sun conjunct on a specific sign. For example, babies born today will have a sun in Sagittarius conjunct the moon in Sagittarius and also conjunct the south node in Sagittarius. So I thought it would be beautiful to have a look into how is your unconscious being resolarized at the moment. What deep desire within you is actually finding some sort of fulfillment in the upcoming 6 months. Today is just a portal, a gateway. So if nothing happens to you today, it doesn't mean that nothing will come through. It means that now we just open the door and we have an adventure, a journey we're going to walk through in the upcoming 6 months towards the creation of something that we had in our psyche, in our hearts, in our thoughts, and now we're going to somehow bring it into a tangible material form. So I have here for you 4 different options. These are taken from the Sacred Creator Oracle. I have here for group 1 Creator Water, and it has this element. So a triangle upside down, turquoise colored. For group 2, I have here Creator Fire, and it's a pyramid, an orange colored pyramid. Then for group 3, we have Creator Air, and we have this light purple pyramid with a white band around it. And for group 4, we have Creator Earth, right? An upside down triangle, green and black. and white. Interesting. So when I saw these cards, I was reminded by the elements in one of my favorite movies, The Fifth Element by Luc Besson. I highly recommend that you watch this movie, guys, for the holidays if you have some time, or if you have the means to actually watch it. It's so entertaining and so heart-opening. A really kooky fantasy tale. So I think that in this combination, we have here 4 elements, and the 5th element in this case is us, is me and you, our soul family, our growing tribe here on the Spiritual Social. So let's see how we can make magic together. As you guys know, in my readings, I live shuffle from a tarot deck, and today I'm going to choose the Affirmators tarot deck. And I have here a number of oracle cards that I will pre-shuffle and just show them to you when we reach your pile. Okay, my beautiful souls, I just want to say how grateful I am to have you in my life. This has been a fantastic journey. I started this channel 2 years ago, and I'm just incredibly happy. I feel my heart chakra opening up. I feel so much warmth when I think of you all. And yeah, thank you so much. Thank you so much. I'm going to stop here before I start crying and becoming a mess. So yeah, I look forward to seeing you at your group. Hey group 1, hey guys, I'm so happy to have you here. This is for those of you that were drawn to the Creator Water card. So maybe you're water signs, maybe you've got a water ruled ascendant, water dominant. Hello, this is my emotional, sensitive, spiritual crew, my very creative crew as well. This is a very specific PickACard reading. I'm filming this under the energies of the new moon solar eclipse. It's called Resolarization because I want to see what the divine is bringing into your life and what will naturally unfold for you in the next 6 months from the moment when you watch this reading. So I pre-shuffled your oracle cards here, and now I am going to live shuffle from the Affirmators tarot. This one over here. Okay, are you ready to find out? I know, I'm excited. Oh God, I just heard a baby. Some of you will get a baby. You're either pregnant, in the process of getting pregnant, or at the end of these 6 months, you will get pregnant. Or if you are a man, you will find out you are about to become a father. So let's see. Yeah, wow, okay. We have here the 8 of Swords, Aries energy. But this is a ram that is trapped by 8 swords. So maybe some of you that have chosen this group could be Aries, and you're feeling a little bit trapped by current circumstances at the moment. You feel like you cannot be yourself. Well, I'm here to give you good news, because in the next 6 months, you will attain more freedom in your life. It's a process. So for some of you, it can happen right around this time in the coming days. For others of you, it might take 2 or 3 more months. And for others of you, you're going to reap the rewards of this lunar cycle right at its end. So the 6th month from the moment when I'm creating this reading. So there is a feeling of woundedness, and I am tempted to say that Aries people are being challenged at the moment by having the asteroid Chiron, the wounded healer, transiting their sun, their moon, or their ascendant. This means that there is a certain pain that they are experiencing at the moment, a pain that they cannot heal by themselves. They need to do this healing in combination with other people. And to be honest, this is a pretty hard task for an Aries because they are very independent and they are the sign of the individual, and they do not like to talk about their vulnerabilities. Fire signs in general, they would rather just hold it in, push through, not show weakness, and in certain cases they actually do end up having all sorts of like bodily symptoms, increased heart rate, all sorts of problems, because it would be easier and more healing for them to just open up and talk to people. But there is this sense of I would call it pride. There is a sense of no, I can do it myself. This is just a momentary period of weakness, a momentary moment of weakness. Great. So we have here kind of the understanding that in order to heal themselves, people that identify with this Aries group within the water sign group, so you could be an Aries individual with a Scorpio ascendant, for example, yeah? you know better your individual birth charts. I'm reading here for 40k people, guys, okay? So, and I hope we keep growing. But there is a feeling here that you need to let go. You need to cut something out of your life in order to stop feeling so much pain. This can be somebody that has been lying to you. So what is being resolarized? What is the sun doing to your unconsciousness? Well, it's bringing it right back up to light by infusing your life with more freedom, by helping you overcome deceit in your personal connections, and by helping you open up and talk about your pain, because 8 of Swords is about empowerment through speech. 8 is the number of power. Swords is communication, air energy. So speak about your pain, share it with other people, even go and see a counselor if you find it difficult to speak to friends, relatives. Maybe you don't want to burden them. Maybe they don't have time to listen to whatever you have to say from an emotional point of view. So please go and speak to somebody that is paid to create a holding space for you. The talking cure really works, guys, okay? It's not just blah, 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 and you're taking away my money. It's really about hearing yourself admit certain things in front of another individual that accepts that is one of the most healing things that can happen to somebody, okay? So we also have here the 9 of Swords. So I think that a lot of you had a previous past pattern of making a mountain out of a molehill. When the 8 of Swords is moving or growing into the 9 of Swords, it's almost as if you took one situation that happened to you, and because you kept ruminating over it, so not thinking it through, but ruminating, which means that you keep re-traumatizing yourself with those thoughts about, oh my God, what happened? Plus the added element of attaching your thoughts to shame and guilt, which are very hard emotions to process. So the more you kept ruminating on this aspect, the worse you made yourself feel. And it's almost as if by making yourself feel worse, you felt like you were somehow making amends. This reminds me of the Mexican tradition of feeling pain, you know, the Catholic Mexican tradition of, you know, if you are in pain, you're a penitent. And pain is something that we can manage. Pain is something that we can understand. It's palpable almost, you know. So there is something here. Maybe some of you could have some sort of Mexican ancestry. Some of you could be Catholic. And I am getting a sense that it's time for you to detach yourself from received beliefs, received knowledge that has been harming you so far in your life. It's been draining you of your light and of your energy. And this is what the divine is stepping in to do for you. If you've been finding it very hard to let go of negative self-talk, if you've been finding it difficult to silence that, you know, tempestuous inner critic, then the divine is stepping in to do that for you. It's like mute, silence. It's bringing you a lot of peace of mind in the next 6 months. You see the background is yellow. And also, you know, what I'm wearing is bright yellowish orangish. So there is an energy here of renewed vigor, optimism, confidence. Let's see what your oracle cards have to say. Confidence, Leo. Leo. So yeah, you're leveling up somehow. Fixed fire. This is so beautiful. It's you no longer holding things in. You no longer holding your tongue because you're afraid of karma. You're afraid of retribution. I feel that you're finding out a compassionate way in which you can speak your truth without harming other people, but just speaking your truth because it has to come out. It must come out. This is what I hear. It must come out. My truth has to come out. A lot of you are gonna heal certain throat problems as well, as you are speaking more clearly, defending what it is you believe in. You're also going to heal certain throat blockages. Maybe you had some pains in your throat, a sore throat, you couldn't speak, or you lost your voice very easily. These are all elements that represent an energetic imbalance in your throat chakra, Vishuddha, that has been underworked or overworked. Maybe you spoke too much, but your speech was very flighty and a little bit superficial, and you were touching on very irrelevant topics in order to create a communication smokescreen around you. Watch Geminis, observe them. They do this so cleverly. They chit until they completely exhaust you, so that you don't get to ask them specific, significant, in-depth questions that might reveal how they truly feel and think about you and a situation. So I'm getting a sense that you're coming to a place of stillness. Leo is very still. Have you ever been around a Leo? They are so hard to push into doing things that they don't find the value in. It's incredible and it's unnerving at the same time. But I like it. It's dignified. It's like, I'll only do this if I genuinely feel that there is something that excites me about the situation. They are very careful about conserving their energy. And this is what I see coming in for you too. You're going to be more careful about how you roam around, how you use your energy, with whom you share your energy. And not in a paranoid way, like, that's it, I'm locking myself out in my house, I'm never coming out. No, that's extreme. This is more about not allowing other people to trigger you so much, not allowing other people to dump on you energetically their worries and their fears. You will, I guess that you're coming into this energy, well, it's kind of like in the Katy Perry song, right? Roar, yeah? It's gonna be fun and playful. It's not like you're just gonna roar and make people feel awful and burn them with with your lion's breath. And I completely tripped over my words there. What happened? R's in English are so difficult because in Romanian I speak r, and in English it's like r. So strange. Anyway, so maybe you guys are improving. You're improving your diction. Interesting. See, there are no mistakes. I think that this could resonate for some of you out there. You're improving your diction. Maybe you're taking acting class and singing lessons. Maybe you're learning a new language and you're becoming proficient in it. So you're able to speak in a flow without interruptions, right? It's beautiful. I see that you're also going to take a center stage role in your life. And if you have been somehow dimmed or I'm getting the sense of a person and a ton of books or a ton of bricks or other people's expectations or words are crushing this individual to the ground. So almost like a 10 of swords like energy. If you have been in this energy, right, almost close to the point of giving up through this intense cycle of pain, and especially verbal, mental pain, this is going to be released from you. You're going to get more into your body, into your creature comforts. Yeah, the feline, the royal feline. And you're not going to care so much. This is it. You're not going to care so much about other people's expectations, their words. You know that saying, sticks and stones can break my bones, but words will never kill me. And you're learning how to cope with that. You're developing this inner strength to not react when a person tries to project their wounding onto you, but to just sit calmly and still and maybe just reply, okay, we agree to disagree. Or do you want to talk more about why you're feeling so wounded? So it's kind of like in a very beautiful Shaolin master kind of way, you're mirroring this person's attack back onto them in a healing spiritual way. Wow. Please share with us your experiences if this is happening to you. We would love to learn from you how to do that. So we have here bliss, a lot of joy, and we have here open your door to the divine. It's interesting because it's your door. I felt like saying open the door to the divine, but no. Flowing with this energy. See, my ego is trying to interfere. Okay, so it's open your door to the divine. So it's like there is a doorway within you. You just have to open it up. You just have to find the key and have the courage to open it up. And allow people to put things into your cupboard, yeah, into your heart's cupboard. So think every time when a person is trying to harm you, think of this metaphor. No. I'm keeping the doorway to my inner cupboard open. And if you place in it something that is rotten, I'm just going to take it out and put it away in the bin where it belongs. But if other people give you beautiful jam preserves or honey or you know, I don't know, fancy liquors, I'm thinking of the holiday food type of assortments, you know, gingerbread, roast turkey, then great, your pantry is growing, right? People are nourishing you, they're feeding you. And I think honey is a really excellent thing to think of entering into your inner heart's cupboard. Keep it open, yeah, keep it open. So we have here la vérité, the truth. This fits so well with Leo energy because I feel that Leo is about confidence, identity, individuality. I am myself, you know, fist bumping your way through life. No, I'm joking, of course, but it has this very bold, brash energy. And I can tell you, like, I used to babysit a Leo girl. She was only 4 years old, but she was so strong. It's like very bright, very funny, very playful. But whenever I would give her an indication or a command that she found it unfair, she would just go like, and immediately kind of like block me. It's like, no. And I thought, wow, she is so powerful. Just 4 years old, guys, barely speaking properly. And she would just immediately create this protective, energetic symbol, crossing her arms and just go like, no, I will not do what you asked me to do it, because sometimes she found it unfair that her brother, who was older, got to do certain things and she wasn't allowed to do it. Yeah, so that was the whole problem that we had. But God, I loved her so much. And I was so impressed. Those moments completely pushed me into this awareness, like, wow, she's so strong. She has this inner god within herself, or goddess, that is coming out to defend, you know, to stand in her truth. So guys, please, if you have children that do that, please support and sustain that energy. That's amazing. You know, an adult that grows up to have that energy still alive within them rather than repress it is a person that is alive and can challenge oppressive systems. This is, anyway, coming back to your reading, I do feel that maybe some of you have a child. We began with the idea that, you know, the first thing that came through is a baby. Maybe there's a baby on your mind. Maybe you're concerned with the health of your baby, in which case I see here Leo, and Leo is a sign of robust health. Everything will be okay, yeah? It will be okay, don't worry. As you can see, bliss is coming into your life, and you will let go of trying to pretend you're somebody you're not. I think a lot of you are already tired. It's like, I cannot put this mask on, you know? Maybe this mask is applying makeup every day. Maybe you're tired of it. Maybe this mask is wearing a suit to work, and you're like, I just don't want to put it on anymore. You know, or maybe this is getting into your car and driving for a 2-hour commute to reach a certain place. And maybe you're just like, you know, one day you get up in the morning and you're like, I can't. I just don't have the energy anymore. I don't want to do it. And that's the beginning of the change that the divine is bringing into your life. So it might seem scary, but you need to exercise a lot of trust and determination to accept this gift. One of the hardest things in life is when the divine gives us a gift, to maintain that gift. The gift can be anything. It can be a beautiful, well-paid, secure job. It can be a child. It can be a love, right? A romantic connection. And while we are very eager at the beginning, it's like, yay, I got this. Oh my God. The hard part is maintaining it, sustaining it, loving it, protecting it, taking care of it. You know, coming back to that place of gratitude that this is something that was given to me freely from the divine, and I need to protect it. So we have here divine timing. Divine timing is at play. In the next 6 months, you're going to become acutely aware of this. I do think that for the majority of you that want a baby, in the next 6 months, you're going to meet a person that will instigate feelings of wanting to have a baby. Even for those of you that have been always on the fence regarding, will I be a good parent? Do I actually want a child? I feel like you're going to meet a counterpart that will feel so familiar, will make you feel so safe, that you're going to take this risk into the unknown and get pregnant, start a family, become a father, yeah? So I have your affirmators here, right, from the Super Attractor deck, and the universe has your back. Wanting more for others puts me into an energy of abundance. congratulate other people, like, follow, subscribe to their social media accounts, give them a gift. It's the holiday season coming up soon, guys. And even if it's not the holiday season, because we're gonna have a pretty unorthodox Christmas this year with Saturn square Uranus, but just because it makes you feel good, be selfish in complimenting other people. Because when we help others, we make ourselves feel good as well. So be kind to other people, even if it's coming from a selfish place of pleasing yourself, giving yourself that serotonin boost, you know, that oxytocin intake. So do it both for yourself and for other people. And you'll experience this beautiful flow of, there is enough, we are enough, we have so much. We just need to find clever ways to redistribute everything, you know? We need to be each other's messengers. So we also have here, oh, this is so nice. There is nothing sexier than my authentic truth. There you go. The more you are going to let go of these expectations that have brought you to a place of feeling like you are living trapped. Yeah, we began with this card. The more you're going to radiate, this is my truth, this is who I am, warts and all, you know. I am loving, I am selfish, I am beautiful, I have a passion for food. I sometimes don't drink enough water, I like to sleep a lot, I argue with my parents, I'm great in bed, you know, whatever defines you, the whole gamut of everything that defines you. Everything, you know, the good and the bad, complete. You're a complete person, you're a complete circle, like a planet. Yeah. And in most cases we are a constellation of planets if we have a look at the birth chart. So there is nothing sexier than your authentic truth. Live it, you have only one life to live it. Yeah. Let go of those expectations that have been trapping you. Don't go to prison. Get out of jail, you know? It's like the divine will bring you the get out of jail card in the Monopoly game. Take it. Run with it. Enjoy your freedom. Enjoy your freedom. I give you permission to do that. And then we also have here, final card, what can you be grateful for to activate this beautiful reading? We have here Peaceful Warrior, Archangel Ariel. The Lioness of God. Dear God, look. The Lioness of God. Leo energy is so supportive of you. Even if you're not a Leo. But this is the energy that you will begin to embody. Literally solar light. Feeling like a star. Feeling like a performer. Like all eyes are on you. Why? Because you took a bold leap of faith to be you authentically. With all your idiosyncrasies and contradictions and neurotic tics. And pleasures and dislikes and likes and... yeah, being yourself. It's so freeing. So we have here, thank you, Ariel, for helping me stand my ground with peace. Yes. Agreeing to disagree in a kind way. Not engaging in arguments. It's like, I'm not going to fight with you. I'm not going to fight. Why are you fighting with me? Why are you fighting with yourself? I'm not going to fight. You know, it's like, I hear you saying these things in the coming months, you know. I hear you saying as well, I'd rather be home painting. You know, or I'd rather sleep than ingest something that is bad for me. 22, and I said that. And I think this is my cue to wrap up this reading here. Thank you so much, Group 1. I really hope you have enjoyed this reading. God bless you. May all your new moon plans come true. And I hope to see you in my next reading. I think that the next reading I have coming out is a romantic one. So I hope to see you in my next one. Ciao. Hey Group 2. Hey guys, I'm so happy to have you here with me for this very special new moon solar eclipse reading. This is for those of you that were drawn to the Creator Fire card. So this reading is called Resolarization because I'll be looking at what is coming up from your unconscious in order to be manifested in the next 6 months for you. As you guys know, solar eclipse is, and also a new moon, is a gateway, a portal. If something happens to you this day, that's significant, but also if nothing happens, that means that just the gateway has been open for something new to come in. And in this period, whenever there's an eclipse, there is divine intervention coming through, overriding our willpower. So something is manifesting, whether you are choosing to go with it or not. Something is being changed in your life. It's being brought new. So I have here for you guys, I just realized that I didn't give you an angel prayers card, so let me just pull one now. Great, I have it here. So I have your complete oracle cards deck over here, but now I'm going to pull a card from the Affirmators Tarot. Lots of cards. I'm showing you different options. Oh, this could be it. Different options. You're gonna have choices to make. Wow, lucky you. This is so, it's so abundant when we have choices. I always experience a feeling of abundance, you know? It's like I don't need to rely only on one thing. I have many to choose from, many different dishes to eat, many different places to stay, many different people to love. So let's see. The Fool. I feel that the universe is infusing you with courage. Courage to stop asking for permission, to not be so submissive. If you have been placed in patterns where you always had to be obedient, to ask for advice, where you were always doubting whether you're making the right decision, now it's like, it's time to spread my wings and fly. I think that this is exactly in the realm of romance for the majority of you. Exactly, I sounded so sure of myself for a second. What I meant to say is because this energy really overpowers me, the color of the pink flamingo. It's pink, right? Pink is romance, is this energy of a sense of calm and tenderness, but also an opening. Yeah, I definitely feel a lot of things are bubbling up to the surface. If you have been keeping your feelings under wraps for a specific person, in the next 6 months, you won't be able to do so anymore. You will just blurt them out randomly. You will do something impulsive that shows that person that you care for them, that you love them in certain cases. I feel that a lot of parties, a lot of abundance, a lot of get-togethers are coming your way. You could even decide to leave your place of birth and have adventures, travel the world. You're ready. You're ready. Yeah, no more sitting back, waiting, watching. You are ready for this. And I feel like you're also, you know, with the hat that is falling to the side, with just this little pouch, you're gonna let go of a certain materialistic mindset that you used to confound with stability in life. If I have this chair, if I have this house, if I have that car, if I have that watch, I'm safe, I'm stable. You know, I'm hearing comme il faut, you know, so it's kind of like and now I'm hearing ranger. It's like I'm orderly, I'm, you know, people perceive me in the way that they need to perceive me in. And I think now you're just like, ciao. Maybe you're quitting a corporate job to become an artist or a tarot reader, to travel the world, right? To become a technological nomad. Maybe you're quitting your family environment because they tried to put you in an arranged marriage and you're deciding, nope, I'm moving to live with my boyfriend or girlfriend who might be living in another country. So I'm gonna make this long distance connection into something stable, something physical, tangible. I want to see them every day. So you're taking a bold leap of faith forward, and I think that for the majority of you, this is going to be inspired by love. You want to be with the person that you love. You love yourself too much to put up with servitude. You know, there's a fine line in life between being humble and modest and being servile. In one case, you want to obliterate your ego. You do not trust yourself. You do not love yourself. You want somebody else to always kind of like, you know, oh, it's okay. I'll do whatever you say, you know. No, that's a very awful kind of attitude. That's kind of like, you're not honoring the god or goddess within you. You're not honoring your divine right to to be, to exist. You're putting your power in the hands of other people, and thereby you're placing them in that really awful devil-like energy of wanting to have dominion over you, doing whatever they want with you. Modesty means that you are aware that whatever you create is you in combination with the divine. But you love yourself, you take care of yourself, you stand up for yourself, but you're also aware that you cannot achieve good, important, long-lasting things in life if you do not love other people too, if you do not connect with the divine. When you write a book, when you have a baby, when you meet your soulmate, when you want to leave an important creative legacy behind, you work with something higher than you. And also you need other people to build you up. So that's the difference between servitude, wanting to damage yourself by allowing other people to have power over you because you're too afraid to be an individual, to rise into your energy and to start enjoying life and enjoying your freedom, and modesty, which is you are aware that you're always creating things with other people and with spirit, that you are actively engaged into the creation of your life, but then other people are also contributing to this. Your family, friends, your co-workers, your teammates, your followers, yeah? So that's the difference. It's really important. I feel that some of you really needed to hear this. I sometimes get messages from some of you. Lexi, should I be with this person? Lexi, what do you think I should do? Should I keep being with this person? And, you know, it's kind of like, this person is harming me, but I cannot let go. And while I understand that there are some trauma patterns there that are very difficult to break through just like this overnight, don't ask permission from other people as to what you should do in your life. Take control of your own decisions, step into that power, and make a decision. Even if that means not seeing that person again, even if that means committing to that person fully. Empower yourself by making a decision in your life. Don't allow other people to make decisions for you. Okay? This is what we're collectively going through with the Pluto and Aquarius era. Okay? Also, because you chose Creator Fire. So, spark up, come back to life. Now, let's see what oracle cards you got. I feel like, woof, that was pretty intense, okay? So let's bring some levity into it. Look, beauty, Taurus, stability, abundance. A sense that I will create my own stability. I will earn my own independent income. If you have to say goodbye to shared income with your family members, if maybe somebody cut out your funding, maybe your bursary or your stipend money ran out, you're going to create your own. You're going to bring something tangible in the next 6 months with the help of the Creator, of course, with the help of Spirit. You heard that alarm, right? So we have here care. Oh, be gentle with yourself. How beautiful is this? How she's holding the fox. So I feel that there will be many moments of you replenishing together with other people, you resting together with other people. I heard sleeping with other people as well, like sleeping, not having sex with them, but just resting next to them, resting in another room with other people. Maybe your friends, you know, or maybe the people that I feel some of you could be doing couch surfing, you know, the people in whose homes you're gonna sleep. Sleeping, resting. The fox is also learning, being clever. It's a loyal partner. So you're gonna meet a lot of loyal people on this adventure. Yeah, like in fairy tales, you know, when the hero or the heroine is going on this adventure and then, you know, they meet pets and dwarves and all sorts of spirits that support their brave decision to take life into their own matters, into their own hands. To take matters into their own hands, to take life into their own hands. It's just, for example, what is happening? I cannot speak anymore. Give me a second. I'm not sure if coffee is gonna fix it, but there can be something here about maybe not being able to speak the language of other people, maybe having things lost in translation, or feeling a little bit what is happening? It's like a blockage. All of a sudden there is a blockage here. Okay, let's clear it up. Yeah, I can even see that my light, the candle that I had here, is almost extinguished. Here we go. So we're bringing your light back up. Maybe you fell asleep. Maybe all of a sudden the internet got cut off. It happens at the moment with Saturn in Aquarius. So I'm not going to ignore this and gloss over it. We're going to deal with it. And we are going to deal with it by saging, by bringing back fire into your life. Again, you were drawn to the creator fire, I think most of you, because you have a lack of fire in your life, a lack of passion, maybe fear, you know. Fear has overridden your natural sense of courage, determination. 11:11, when I said that, let's manifest a new cycle of bravery, bold decisions, and fun. You're going to have so much fun in the next 6 months. And especially as you take brave risks to explore what is out there. Not what other people have told you is out there, not what you see in the media, okay? But the true reality as you perceive it through your own subjective experience of what is out there. The world as you created, the world as it is. So, there we go. Beautiful, because the next card is La Transformation, transformation, the healing snake, the slithering healing snake. You could be born in the Chinese year of the snake. A snake-like individual is going to enter your life. I am thinking of pharmacies, doctors. So maybe if you're waiting for the results of a medical examination, I feel that in the next 6 months, you're going to go through a really healing period of rehabilitation. You're going to feel stronger, better, faster, like the Daft Punk song, right? Stronger, better, faster. So, unlimited possibilities. Oh my God, I feel that traveling and overcoming a certain illness, a certain sick mood is going to feel like, you know, I'm alive again. I can breathe again. I can settle roots into one place and expand my network of friends. I'm no longer trapped. Yeah, so much abundance. You're going to create so much in the next 6 months. It's going to be a period of expansion, growth, exploration. The divine is bringing you a new cycle, a fresh new cycle of experiences, of people. And this cycle is going to be very caring. You will care for other people will care for you. They will tell you, you will hug them. There's going to be this beautiful. What's happening here? I think the majority of you that chose this group are using English as a second language. And you might be speaking in your own language maybe as you're listening to the video, or maybe you have a friend watching this with you, so you're speaking with them in a different language. I'm picking up on different things. Like, for example, I picked up on Russian or Bulgarian. So, yeah, okay. Let's hone it into the messages that I see here, not on the whole field of perception that I'm able to pick up on. Okay, so we have here your affirmations from the Super Attractor, and the universe has your back deck. I find a deeper meaning and personal growth amid the discomfort. Even if there is chaos, even if there are wounded people around you, even if society seems to be crumbling down, literally there could be buildings being destroyed in your neighborhood or buildings being rebuilt. There's a lot of hammering, there's a lot of noise, a lot of maybe planes flying above, a lot of cars honking. Maybe there are people fighting on the streets. You are okay. You are calm. You are protected. You know that nothing can harm you, because that's just the exterior world. It is the creation of other people, other souls that got to come into this incarnation at a specific time as you. But I'm getting this image of you just putting your headphones on and just kind of listening to maybe chill music, peaceful music, something like binaural beats, maybe sleep meditation music, and just being like, I'm in my own little world, you know? And I think that the majority of you will be doing this as you are traveling. And others of you are just in a situation at the moment where you know that you have to be patient to go through it. You don't want to relocate. You want to maintain this stability that you have created so far. So you're just going to keep manifesting stability as you're also tending to your inner peace. So the fire for some of you is going to be this blazing one, a forest fire. Literally, it's this energy of I'm stepping out and, you know, traveling and having new adventures and meeting people, and I'm no longer afraid of what the media tells me the world is. I'm gonna go out and explore it on my own. While others, it's more like a molten campfire. It's like I'm tuning back within. I'm making the decision to not be disturbed by other people. I'm gonna put my headphones on. I'm gonna be in my own little world, and I'm gonna keep manifesting peace and abundance and wealth, even if things around me fall apart. You know, it's like that that energy of Fight Club. You know, at the end, they both watch the building crumble in front of them, and they're just holding hands. You know, they discover that they are each other's soulmate. They're accepting this finally. They're not resisting it anymore, and the whole world is crumbling down around them. So it's kind of like that feeling, you know. It's okay. It's okay. Mass hysteria, but we're okay because, or I am okay, more like it, because I know who I am, and I know I have the skills and the spiritual, meditative skills to bring myself to a place of peace, even if I am in a crowd or in an environment that is toxic or in a space that is pulling at me to come out of my center. You guys are like spiritually upgrading in the next 6 months. I'm just here to tell you, okay? Just letting you know, like, by the by, spiritual upgrade coming up. Okay, so we also have here, look, you guys know, you figured it out, that the more peaceful you are, the more your super attractor energy is enhanced. The more it's like, I'm choosing to rest today. I'm not going to argue with anyone. There's peace in my own little world. Then all of a sudden, boom, an order comes through, an invitation comes, a person wanting to date you or romance you, a parent telling you that something important has happened and it's actually a good news. You're manifesting a lot of things as you are resting. It's like you get up, you tend to the necessary details, and in that process you are genuinely manifesting something. And then as you let go and rest, everything comes out, everything comes to you. And I can tell you because that's how I live on a daily basis as well, guys. So wow. Let's keep creating wonderful things together. Let's keep creating this earthly abundance, this beauty in the world, yeah, together. And then the final card that I have for you, yeah, look. And you're aware of the stillness and you're able to tap into it because you also discovered another secret. It gives you pleasure because you're meeting up with the Council of Angels. You're meeting up with this energy that you feel through you is giving you a sense of like spiritual pleasure, a sense of warm energy, that everything is going to be okay, that you're safe, that you're working towards something important of a higher order than other human activities. So it's kind of like escaping in your own private fantasy ivory tower, but you're actually doing it as well to connect, to ascend, to gain, grow in your awareness. Dear angels, I allow you to support me as I grow to become more spiritually aware. So you're starting to notice patterns. You're starting to notice how you're behaving in relation to your parents and the triggering that might happen there. You're starting to understand that around you, the energy can express itself in vibrational ways. So you can mold a wave, or you can grab an opportunity. You can decide to block an opportunity. You can switch a certain feeling into something much better. You're transmuting, right? You are telepathically connecting. You're jumping from past, present, and future. It's like a multi-dimensional sensorial experience. And it's like your own private secret world that you love to escape in. I feel that some of you could even rush from work, or you cannot wait to finish work so that you can actually have this quiet time by yourself and, you know, tune into the study of angels, praying, meditating, doing yoga, or just having a quiet moment for yourself. And you know that when you are in this sense of peacefulness, as I said, you keep pulling in things and you're excited to be in this space of stillness because you're curious, what will I attract next? You know? I also feel that some of you are manifesting certain things, and then it's like, oh no, I manifested this, oops, how can I re-manifest, you know? Because you can create that, guys. If you manifested a certain person, you learned the lesson from that experience, and then you can choose to, you know, separate. You can choose to activate the Saturn energy in your chart, separate, block from that person, and manifest something new. Maybe a different lesson, or maybe something more pleasurable, maybe something that can put you on your dharmic path, so it makes you feel excited rather than dragged down. You guys are really growing in your powers, so this is what I see happening for you in the next 6 months. Spiritual support, increased attraction powers, abundance, care. And even if there might be some crazy situations happening around you, you're unbothered. Unbothered. You're becoming a stable rock, not only in your life, but also for other people around you. My beautiful group 2, this is what I had for you. I really hope you have enjoyed it. God bless. May the new moon energy bring all of your plans to fruition. And I hope to see you in my next pick a card. I think that the next one is going to be a romantic one, so stay tuned. Bye. Hey group 3, hello my loves. Welcome to a very special Resolarization pick a card reading for the new moon solar eclipse in Sagittarius. So I'll be looking at what is manifesting for you from this moment on today in the upcoming 6 months. And you can use this reading whenever you stumble upon it, judging by the time frame from the moment you see it up until the corresponding 6 months. I hope that makes sense. So this is for those of you that were drawn to the creator air energy. I think that you guys, the way I began your reading kind of makes me feel that sometimes you might misinterpret yourself in the ways in which you explain things to other people, because you might tend to be very precise or want to give them a full logical experience, and people end up going like, huh? It's very strange energy. But I'll be looking at what this solar eclipse is bringing into your life in the coming 6 months. What is this fated event that will happen to bring you fresh new energy, because solar eclipses bring us fresh energy. It's a reset button from the universe. So I'm live shuffling from the Affirmators Tarot, and I have your oracle cards reshuffled here. I have a feeling somebody unexpected is coming in. Maybe somebody will knock on your door, or there's just a feeling, you know, that there could be somebody that is ready to open up to you, to come to you. I'm not sure whether you are, I'm feeling apprehensive. So maybe this might not be a person that you're looking forward to reconnecting with. Justice. A legal matter will turn out in your favor. There will be a very balanced outcome. If indeed you were the wrong party in the situation, if you did something that produced a lot of pain to someone else, there will be a resolution where you will receive a lesson. But if you were the wronged party, if somebody took something from you or slandered you or, you know, abused you, just did something awful to you, the scales will rebalance, okay? This is the core divine intervention at the moment, and it is a major arcana. Like hitting the cards. Maybe there was a conflict. Maybe this is what's happening here. You had a conflict with a person and justice had to step in, law and order. And you might have needed to talk to lawyers, appear in front of a judge in a court. I feel that for some of you as well, you're going to get your degree actually in law studies. Or you're going to really enjoy, if you just switch studies, you're going to really enjoy studying law. Wow, okay, interesting. You're manifesting. You're very strong at the moment with manifesting things. So be mindful that if you're having some sort of inner state of guilt for something that maybe you might not have done, but you're thinking, oh wow, what if people will catch me for something like this? You imagine scenarios. Be careful, because you can actually bring it into being, okay? So the bat also talks about recovering from sickness, emerging from a period of isolation, self-imposed bed rest, or maybe doctors imposed bed rest. Libra energy. You could have it in your sun, moon, or ascendant, Venus for some of you. I'm hearing 333 when I said that. Yeah, there could have been a copyright conflict. That's what I'm hearing. A Creative Commons libel, or there is something here about somebody stole a creative idea from you, or there were some creative disagreements. A contract was being infringed, and either you or the other person is taking you to court. But you're going to emerge just and victorious from the situation, balanced. Whoever took without giving, whoever accused, even though they did something awful to the other person, justice prevails, okay? I'm also hearing cruel to be kind. So you're going to have to be cruel with somebody. You might need to push them. You might need to separate from someone in order to jumpstart their growth process. You might have dealt with maybe, let's say, a romantic partner that was a bit immature, that they thought that they could put you in three-party situations or not honor you. Maybe they disrespected you. They could have even verbally insulted you. You drew a line, and now the scales are rebalancing. Divine forces step in to equalize the playing field. It's no longer like this or like that. It's going to be like this. Yeah? So very kind of like, maybe you guys are accustomed to give orders or to take orders, to give commands. I feel that you are people of few words, and when you speak, it's quite intelligent. No, some of you are like that. The other group is the chatty group. Yeah, the group that is trying to kind of provide rather abstract explanations, or might nitpick a certain element to try to help somebody else understand something, and might end up confusing the people in their lives, because sometimes few words are better than a lot of words in order to get a point across. You need to compress, contract everything that you have in your mind. Instead of saying, the cosmos is this thing that has all the planets in the solar system. It's like the cosmos is alive and you're alive with it. You know, you get to the bare bones, you get to the quintessence of what you want to say. It's a kind of a Mercury Sagittarius versus a Mercury in Pluto, Mercury in Scorpio, or Mercury conjunct Pluto, Mercury in Pluto. I've been like having these sort of like verbal mishaps today, and I'm not sure why. And also while I'm speaking, I feel like my voice is very different than it used to be in the past. It's such a strange transition, yeah. Are you also experiencing throat problems, neck pain, back of the neck pain, or back pain as well? That's an indication that you've been repressing your feelings, and they are showing up in the energetic points of your body. So moving your body will unlock your feelings as well. Contracting what you have to say will help get your point across. Going to the essence of things, focusing on one important detail and putting that across, rather than sharing a whole story with other people. They could even see you as fibbing, like you're lying, you know. The more details you add, the more words you're saying. There's something here about knowledge is power, words are powerful, and you need to be very mindful of how you use them in this period. But I feel that the divine steps in to equalize this energy. If in the past you were afraid that everything you said can be used against you, I feel that at the moment you're able to both compress what you have to say and be more open, more vocal about it, if that makes sense. So you're compressing the meaning of your words, you're making them more powerful. You're using them almost like tools, in certain cases like weapons. So be mindful of that, because you're creating karma. But there is a feeling that you are ready, willing, and able to share what you have to say. I'm getting a sense that a lot of you will start a podcast, or you will start some sort of radio channel. You might start having a debate, a debate recording, a YouTube channel where you talk about the news, you analyze news pieces. There is something here, you teach people something, but you use very concise explanations. Yeah, you might even use some visual aids as well. You're learning how to get yourself effectively across to other people, how to no longer be misunderstood, how to cut through confusion. And you're very detailed, precise, and controlled about it. Yeah, I'm getting this energy of control. I don't know, like, I was even like organizing my, you know, playing with my sweater, almost like I need to arrange my cufflinks, you know? Maybe the majority of you that chose this group are men or women that wear suits. There's this energy of containing the body within straight lines. But I feel that this energy is very balanced. You will have success. You will have success in a legal matter, in a matter that has to deal with communication, even though, as you notice, I'm kind of tripping over some of the words that I'm saying here. There's a lot of pressure on you to do this. It could be that you're preparing a presentation that is really important at work, or a public speaking engagement. You might need to speak in front of an audience, maybe for graduation, right? You have a valedictorian speech, or you might just need to have some sort of like 35 minutes lecture that you need to prepare. So I feel the performance anxiety. I feel the slight imposter syndrome, the slight neurotic analysis of, oh, am I good enough? Oh no, let's do it again, you know? It's kind of that kind of an energy. It's kind of like wanting to escape yourself, wanting to escape the pressure, but at the same time knowing that you have to stand the course. You have to deliver what you signed up for. Some of you, this could be a marriage contract, a marriage you're trying to save. You're trying to rekindle the connection with a person that I feel that there's no more passion in your connection, but you still want to make it work, maybe for material reason. Maybe you share a house and you guys don't want to separate from that house. Maybe you have kids together and you want to stay together for the kids. It's never something that really works out, to be honest, but I mean, you have your own reasons why you choose to do that. I'm not here to put any judgments of value on that. There is a feeling that, wow, my mouth is watering. Needing to put your feelings into words, water, compassion, water-based energy. Needing to flow a bit more, to release, emotional release, because there's uptightness. It's jagged, square lines, you know? Like Uma Thurman, right? In Pulp Fiction. For a moment, I had this bit of a memory malfunction. Maybe there is something here where you're trying to control the circumstances of your life. You're controlling your feelings because you might need to deal with a lot of legal aspects, a lot of administrative things, a lot of details that need to be taken care of. There are deadlines, there are people to pay, there are things to organize, there is money involved in the situation, and there are a lot of feelings, but it's like I'm keeping them under wraps, I'm controlling them. I'm trying to do what's best, to do what's moral. So I feel that the divine is stepping in to help you in this process. It will help you with the legal proceeding, but I also feel that it's also helping you let go of this control. Let go of this attitude of boxing yourself in, of controlling your feelings too much, because it's creating certain memory problems, certain speech problems, and these are because you are repressing certain feelings that need to be acknowledged. So they end up, you know, popping up as Freudian lisps, you know. You misspeak, or you misrepresent yourself, or you speak a lot, speak too much, you know, and then all of a sudden you realize I haven't said anything. Or, you know, you have these moments, these blank moments, like what happened with me and the Pulp Fiction example. And that's because you're trying to keep something under control. Your frontal lobe, the command center, is like super active, while the amygdala, you know, the place where we store memories, sight, sense, primal instinctive kind of things in our life, is like cowering, you know, in your mind. So yeah, it's kind of like reason over instinct. responsibility over pleasure. This is kind of what you set yourself up for. And I'm getting a sense that the divine is stepping in to kind of blow that apart. And I can't believe it's 14 minutes into your reading and I read only one card. Wow. So the essence of what you are dealing with will be revealed to you. What is truly important in a situation in your life. I'm also getting a sense that you guys, if you don't identify with the legal aspect, but more potentially with the legal studies, there is something here about you will get a glimpse of what your life purpose is in the next 6 months from this eclipse. This is what's being resolarized. Wow, and talk about life purpose. Neptune, the higher realm. Deep, deep connection to something that is not here of the earthly plane. Dreams, your dreams are going to be so intense because you'll need to process everything that you're repressing during your conscious waking hours. And you're repressing a lot, as we talked. So Libra and Pisces, dreams, compassion, forgiving, and yet justice, doing what is right, claiming what is yours, not putting up with anything. So you might actually, in the next 6 months, be reflecting on this issue of cruelty and kindness, justice and forgiveness. When should I be kind? When should I be just? We tend to think that they exclude each other, but if you think about the divine order of the universe, things happen exactly when they need to happen, and they sometimes happen as a combination of compassion, healing, and justice taking place. And what we perceive as justice, kind of like enacting some sort of revenge or divine retribution on someone, could actually be just the beginning of that person's spiritual journey. Like when somebody's sentenced and they have to spend time in prison. That time that a person spends in prison, we tend to think awful, like our freedom is being completely taken away from us, and maybe other people in that prison, they're low vibrational, toxic individuals that will take advantage of that person. But that could be a space where that person is somehow sitting still, being forced by circumstances to reflect on their self-hatred and on the hatred of other people if they harm them for a reason. So going to a prison can be a deeply spiritual experience. A lot of people actually discover God when they are in these confined spaces. That's why the 12th house of the zodiac, ruled by Neptune and Pisces, describes such places of confinement. When you've exhausted all of your material options and you're desperate for meaning, you're desperate for some sort of healing, clarity, but you're not sitting still to claim it. You're not really connecting with the divine when you are granted freedom. So what the divine is doing, it's placing you in a confined space to listen, to reflect, to consider, to go over everything that has happened. So paradoxically, these places of confinement can actually be places of deep healing, deep spiritual work. Even though sometimes they might be painful and they might involve you needing to let go of your ego. So we have here wisdom, remember. Now, don't get me wrong, I'm not saying you're going to go to prison, but maybe somebody that harmed you might go to prison, and that is part of the karmic process of them being spiritualized as well, after potentially a lifetime of focusing too much on the material aspects of this reality. So we have here wisdom, yeah. That's the thing, because our culture is teaching us how to be reasonable, right? Western cultures in general, Northwestern cultures, teach people how to be reasonable, how to be logical, but they don't teach us how to be wise. We don't sit around and debate and discuss moral conundrums in school. We just learn a certain curriculum where we learn how to organize things, we learn how to, abstract certain things, certain concepts, certain ideas, mathematical, geometry, physics, biology, zoology, right? It's a lot about categorizing, organizing from A to B to C to D. What is the thread that links them? And what if A to B to C to D are a circle? They're not a fine line. So remember, There is something here from the past you're repressing, and you need to bring it back up to life. Something that potentially was painful and happened to you for Halloween. Maybe you lost somebody or something was done to you for Halloween. That moment when, you know, we're so susceptible to other spirits because the veil between the worlds is parting. La conscience spirituelle, exactly what I was saying. I don't even think I need to insist on this card. The owl looking through the key. The doorway is opening up for you to understand what has happened to you in the past. What are you repressing? It's affecting your current waking life. And it might have gotten you to a point where you unconsciously manifested a lesson, or it's pushing you towards unconsciously doing certain things that could be dangerous for you and others. Like, for example, it can be something small. It's not about murder, but it can be like drunk driving, right? You want to escape yourself. You don't accept yourself, because alcoholic issues are related to a lack of self-acceptance. And then it's kind of like this lack of self-acceptance, if you're not dealing with it, if you're not remembering what happened in the past that made you feel in this way, then you're projecting this onto someone else or onto a social situation, and you might end up in front of the court to face this, to face the shadow aspect of yourself. Courtrooms are spaces where people face their shadow self. We have here slow but steady, number 3. So take everything you're going through at the moment slow and steady. And I'm getting a sense that the divine will intervene in the next 6 months to slow things down for you. So if not much is happening in your life, see it as a blessing. You are supposed to stand still, rest, and focus on your conscious spiritual growth, on your awareness. Read things, study, talk to other people. It's going to be deeply healing. Your affirmators are from the Super Attractor and the Universe Has Your Back deck. I release time and let the universe show me what to do. Let someone else guide you. Let spirit guide you. Allow inspiration to come through. Do things not from a logical mindset because you have to do them, or not only from that, but also because you feel an inclination to do something kind to yourself and to other people. Wow, again, throat chakra blockages. What is happening here with this throat chakra? Okay, I'm gonna have the sage again. So we also have here, when I lean on the faith of the universe, peace becomes real. You've been on a quest. I feel like for some of you, it's been a lifelong quest to seek peace, stillness, clarity, maybe even to sleep better, because I feel like you guys could have some problems sleeping. Maybe you suffer from some sort of abusive situation that kept you up at night, you know, like the past, the nightmare came back over and over again until you face up to it, face up to the fear, and you allow yourself some peace of mind to rest. Really deep healing is happening here. That's the key. And the final card that I have for you, the miracle of nature. So we have here, thank you angels for helping me to reconnect through nature and fresh air. I'm getting a sense that somebody could visit you, you could visit them. Getting a sense that a significant trip is going to take place that will help you remember what has happened on that day, on that period between you and that specific person. And it will be deeply healing. You might even cry, but allow the tears to come out. They are so healing. Wow, so a really important resolution is coming up for you guys, most of you that chose this group. And it could just be the end of a period of studies where you had to deal with difficult cases, or maybe with difficult situations. You had to maybe even go and work in a hospital, in a prison, or in a courtroom, and you had to listen to people's very difficult life stories. So I feel that this is coming to a conclusion in the next 6 months. You could graduate, or you could move forward to start practicing in this field after a period of apprenticeship. This is what I had for you, my lovely creator air. I hope that you've enjoyed this reading. God bless you. May all of your new moon plans come to fruition. And I hope to see you in my next one. I think my next PickACard reading will be a romantic one. Ciao. Hey group 4, I'm so happy to have you here, guys. I really need to tell you that my nose has been itching so much, and particularly this nostril, which would be my left one. So it's really strange. I'm not sure what's happening. I feel spirit is present here. This usually is a sign when my nose starts watering or itching during a reading that there's something of a higher order coming through, and I'm just the vessel through which this is channeled. So this is for those of you. I was like, where's your card? Oh my god, messiness! But also like spiritual creativity and spiritual connection. Are you guys my Pisces group? So we have here Creator Earth. This is for those of you that were drawn to this very stable energy. So in the reading today, it's called Resolarization because the sun is conjunct the moon, and it's the moon is being resolarized right now. So a lot of things from the unconscious are coming up to the surface, and the divine steps in the next 6 months to help bring something to manifestation. Create a desire of yours in a tangible material form. There we go. I managed to pronounce that. So let's find out what this is for you. I have here the Affirmators Tarot, and I am going to like shuffle a card for you. You guys are actually, your energy is very sweet, very fun, very playful. I think that some of you could be hungover as well. There's that energy of like, ooh. I felt the need to pull this card. Whoa, okay, Knight of Pentacles. So Earth energy to begin with. This is, I'm hearing Virgo for the majority of you. Virgo dominant people, and still my nose keeps itching. I'm really sorry about this, guys. I'm gonna try to keep it under control. And speaking of Virgo, control, right? This is one of the core defining characteristics of the sign of the maiden, the cosmic maiden that likes to know what she can rely on, right? So know what her duties are, what her responsibilities are. How is she going to live up to the expectations? We also have here Page of Pentacles. To-do list. Do you see the gigantic to-do list? Okay, so you guys might have been following me on Instagram, and you heard what I said in a couple of videos previous to this reading. Regarding new moons are excellent times to make a list, to sit down and plan whatever it is that you want to see accomplished in the coming period. So I think you're doing that. Congratulations. Or I think that you're naturally, if you're an earth sign, which I see here, the majority of you are an earth sign. I mean, you were attracted to this element. You like it, you know, you like to create lists, you like to strategize, make plans, ensure that there is enough money in the bank, there's enough food in the fridge, there are enough jam jars in the cupboard, all your clothes are neatly washed and stacked and ironed and color coordinated in your wardrobe, you know. You like control, you like stability, you like abundance, you like prosperity, you like to work hard and to receive the just rewards for your hard work. And even more on top of this, okay? More money can never hurt if you're if you're an earth sign, you know? It's like you guys like to live well, and you like to be seen in a very good light by other people in society. So I'm getting a sense though that this energy is decreasing for you in the next months. There is a little bit of a contraction happening here. Now, don't be afraid. This is not about your prosperity will diminish. For some of you, it could be that you might experience certain hiccups in your income or in your path towards creating abundance, but I think this is because you're meant to tune into the portal of your heart more. You've been too obsessed with acquiring certain material things, too obsessed with working on your body, with looking good, with I need to have a certain sum of money in my bank account. Maybe some of you are even paying back some debts, some loans, so you're like, I need to make that milestone, you know, so I can relax. I see that you're very well organized and very well placed in this period and in the next 6 months to achieve that goal. But it's going to happen in a much more sweeter, spiritual, and relational way than you expect it to happen. I have a feeling a lot of you will fall in love. A lot of you will fall in love, or at least you will be somehow either sexually attracted to or develop this crush on somebody in your environment, and this is going to take your mind a little bit away from the initial plan, and it can be frustrating, and it can make you feel like 444 when I said that. Yeah, so again, yeah, 444, stability. The ground beneath your feet is shaking a little bit, but it's only because you see that, right? Look at this wreath of flowers. And they're pink. It's only because it's like, I need to spend more time with my person, less time working. And in your case, I don't think it's working. I think it's overworking yourself. You know, you've been pushing the pedal to the metal. Is that how the expression went? Yeah. Anyway, you were really pushing it. You were really like, have to burn that midnight oil. But I think that a lot of you were doing it because you had no one to come home to. You know, it's kind of like, what am I going to do with all this free time? I might as well make some money. And I think that the reward is coming. You will reach a certain milestone. Maybe you will get that promotion. Maybe you will see that for the next 6 months, the work will keep coming through. The work will keep pouring in. But at the same time, you're going to understand that you need to draw certain boundaries in your finances, in your workload, in order to carve out some time for some yummy romantic encounters. This is going to be with a person that's very compassionate, kind, pure. And if you guys are predominantly Virgos, you love that. You love purity. You like to keep yourself pure. You are attracted to the purity you see in other people. Although I do need to say that some of the Virgos I met are living in their Piscean shadow self and can be quite messy and quite, you know, dirty individuals. Like, not dirty necessarily physically, but like they could have like casual sex with all sorts of skanky people, you know. I mean, I'm thinking of Charlie Sheen, for example. He's a Virgo, you know, yuck. Like a low vibrational Virgo. But then again, Chris Pine is also a Virgo, so that's like a high vibrational Virgo, right? He looks very good and he takes good care of himself, even though he's very vulnerable and sweet, and has confessed in a number of interviews that he cries a lot. He has a moon conjunct, no, he has a moon in Pisces, and I'm going to talk about him when I astrohunk him, because he's coming up in astrohunks. So I just gave you these two examples, not to offend you if you enjoy Charlie Sheen or if you don't like Chris Pine. But there is something here about discernment. Discernment. You are needing to draw these boundaries. Like, I think that certain values that you had in the past, it's like, I need to work hard to make it big. Now you're kind of understanding, really, I feel like the harder I work, the more exhausted I am and the less I manifest. What is that about? You're learning to rest in order to attract, to pull in. Yeah. And if you did not resonate with being a Virgo, I feel that some of you either have Jupiter in Virgo, or you have a North Node in Virgo, or Virgo is your 6th house, your 2nd house, your 10th house of work. And that is about to be little bit lambasted by Neptune. Neptune is opposite this Virgo energy at the moment and has been since 2012. And it will stay there up until 2025, 26, you know, because planets actually do that retrograde switch as they move from one sign to the other. So I'm getting a sense that you need to allow more space for spirituality in your everyday routine. You need to allow space for romance, for lovemaking, for bed pleasures, for, yeah, just, I'm kind of getting that dreamy energy, you know. Be a little bit of a pillow queen and pillow king as well. Don't do all the work all the time. Allow other people to grow as well. Allow them to face challenges by pulling back your energy. Delegate and let them handle it while you go out on a gorgeous museum date with your lover, you know, or something like that. So we have here, yeah, the sun. You guys will experience more fun, but a different kind of fun than group 2 had, because they had this sun-like energy, and group 1 actually had Leo energy. So much sunlight coming through. So beautiful. God bless. So this is romantic fun. This is, as you saw me swallow right now, you know, like you might go through these periods where you have these knee-jerk reactions to the body of your lover. You might find it hard to control your body, to contain yourself, even though you're a highly controlled individual. You're gonna have so much fun in the next 6 months, making love to your lover, talking to them, cooking together with them, going on trips, and you will be a little bit with your head in the clouds. Oh, that's a faux pas for an earth sign, you know, like, what head in the clouds? I need to make money, I need to attain power, I need to look good. I need to impress my competition. But you will be. Even earth signs fall in love. Maybe we should get that on a t-shirt somehow. So So we have here as well, wildness and freedom, let go and be. And okay, this is a little bit sneaky, but let go also talks to me about having powerful orgasms as well. So kind of that physical letting go, the physical release that we experience as we're making love to someone. It's also holding this this deer. Interesting. I think you will allow, if you are a man, I feel like you will allow your partner to take the lead in this romantic connection after initially maybe pursuing her. If you're a woman, I feel like you're going to take the lead in this connection. Initially, you will allow your lover to pursue you, and then you're going to pursue them. Chakra Racine, the root chakra. So this is about establishing a new foundation in your life. I don't know, guys. I'm getting a little bit irritated, to be honest, because today it's like I can't speak. I'm not sure if it's the solar eclipse energy. It's not taking place in my third house, but it's like I try to convey these messages for you and I keep being blocked. Okay, so that's me being angry. I'm trying to come back to my center without being upset on spirit. Okay, there is a reason. There is a reason for all of these blocks. I think it's because the cosmic energy is like trying to get a train out of the courtyard, but it's still connected, chained to something from its pen or from its, what, I don't know, train garage. Is there such a thing as a train garage? Let me know the technical word for train garage. I'm sure there's a specific term for it. It's kind of like tied to the railings, you know, somehow. So somebody has to cut it loose. And I think it's that Saturn square Uranus energy that is coming up very soon, in 20 days, basically, from the moment when I'm filming this reading. So discernment, wow. What was I saying earlier? Discernment. Separating what is good from what is potentially negative, toxic. Understanding what is valuable from what is less valuable. And I think you're going to be doing this in terms of people. You're going to take a very good look at the people you have around you. Who is supporting you and who is not? Who can you delegate more of your work to, and who you can't rely on at all? You can't leave your work because you're surrounded by assistants that cannot even feed themselves, you know, something like that. And then you're going to go through this massive reflection process. It's like, who did I decide to surround myself with? This can even be, if you're not in such a higher up position, your friends. You're like, my friends keep putting me down, you know, like, or they keep saying certain words, or like they keep insulting me and they think it's funny. And I'm like, this is starting to irritate me. Good. Step into this energy. You need it. Act on this energy. You must. It's about self-respect. You're going to change a little bit the things that your life revolves around. So again, as I felt it here with the Knight of Pentacles, it's like, if your life used to revolve around the acquisition of money and material goods, and I feel that right now, with this flow of incoming energy, with this fated energy that Spirit is bringing in your life, you're going to shine a light on what is squeaking, and you're going to scale back because you need to prioritize something else in your life. Freedom. Freedom from even the belief that working hard will get you there. It's like, what about attracting things? You know, what about working smarter? Or spending more time working on the quality of a certain specific service or good rather than the quantity and the production, right? Like being on a hamster wheel all the time. Your affirmators are, from the universe has your back in the Super Attractor deck. My energy creates my reality. What I focus on is what I will manifest. I think that a lot of you might think that the law of attraction is no longer working for you. Like you cannot manifest, like you keep attracting things that are not of quality, people that are not what you want them to be. But it's only because your energy has been very low. Your energy has been quite stagnant, stale. Like you need to do something to refresh your vibe. And then you'll start to see how all of a sudden you're bringing into being something much more fitting with your ideals because you're relaxed. See, I chose my words very carefully there. Careful consideration is what's coming up for you in the next 6 months. If you're a person that was very impulsive, creative, you get up and go, I think that you're gonna be a little bit more circumspect. It's like, I cannot just get up and go because I have this back pain, I need to go and see a doctor. You meet somebody that you're crushing on as you're going towards the doctor. You figure out that you need to reorganize your schedule, not study so hard, not work so hard, because you need to spend time with your lover. And the fact that you are in this beautiful love energy actually gets you the desired results that you want to see happen. Like you pass your examinations even though you didn't study so hard. You ace something at work even though you didn't put in that hard work that you thought was required for you to reach certain results in the past. Why? Because you opened your heart. When you open your heart, you instantly manifest things. Especially when you're in that good, loving, compassionate energy, and when you match your thoughts with your emotion and you take action, bam, manifestation, baby. So we also have here, when I'm in a state of appreciation, I'm in vibrational alignment with my true love nature. Ooh. So this is just a confirmation. These are the lovebirds. This makes me think of that scene when they're in the shop. Tippi Hedren is in the shop in The Birds by Hitchcock, and she's looking for some lovebirds. It's such a sexy scene. 2 Capricorns play that scene. I forgot the name of the guy. Oh God, I'm gonna maybe link it here. But it's such a sweet, flirty, with certain psychologically dark undertone scene between 2 very beautiful, good-looking individuals that keep everything under control. And what happens in the movie? Oh my God, it's like boom. The energy is like wants to just come out of me. It's hard to control. Yeah, it's exactly what's going to happen in the next 6 months in your life. Hard to control, an attraction that is so hard to control. No matter how much you try to put on this kind of manicured exterior and pretend like, no, I don't care, I have my poker face on, feelings are going to make everything messy, and it's going to be good. Just like in The Birds and their arrival is like this chaotic, instinctive, dark energy, almost creepy as well, that is bringing 2 people together, 2 people that otherwise might have never shown their feelings towards each other. So enjoy the chaos around you because it's helping you open your heart and it's bringing you together with a person. Yeah, maybe you never thought of chaos in this way. You always thought it's something you need to control. You never thought it could help you do something that you naturally find it very difficult to do, or you build yourself up to control because it always made you feel unsafe. And now the divine is stepping in and saying, let's play. Let's play, play it again, Sam. So we have here change and transition, Archangel Azrael. Yeah, transition, the quicksands of love. Sounds like a groovy 1970s bus, or like one of those television shows where people will dance together in a line. Okay, so thank you, Azrael, for leading me safely through this change. So you are actually not going to enjoy the process, especially if you have planets in a lot of earth signs, because you're gonna feel like control is no longer there. Oh my God, I cannot recognize myself. And we all know that earth signs love stability, they love protection, but the process is meant to kind of like fragment you a little bit because you're too stuck in your ways. And it's like universe is saying we want to bring you a soulmate, but you're not open to this and you're not budging, you're not moving. So let us create some chaos in your life. Yeah, I think you're gonna love where you're gonna be by the corresponding new moon from the time when you see this reading, 6 months from the moment when you see this, because I feel like you're gonna be together with a soulmate and you're gonna be like, wow, truly, I mean, if none of this chaos would have happened, I wouldn't be holding you in my arms, That's kind of the feeling I'm getting here. It's really sweet and romantic. It's like everything, all the craziness led up to the moment of us meeting and of us opening ourselves up to each other, because you can meet the person you love, but you might never tell them that you love them. So what's the point? You live with a life of regret, right? You hold this person in your heart and you just love them from afar, and that is the saddest thing ever. So I feel that there will be precipitated events around you that will push you towards confessing your love for your partner confessing their love towards you, and you guys coming together, you know, in an undeniable, physical, tangible way. Wow, okay. I'm gonna end the reading here. I really hope it helps. God bless you. I really hope that the new moon is gonna bring all of your plans to fruition. Yeah, I'm getting a sense that the energy I was reading here is the upcoming Jupiter and Pisces energy, which is gonna make things very messy, especially as it will conjunct Neptune. It's like flooding the collective with rain, with creativity, with fertility, with messy emotions. And I would say enjoy the ride, Earth crew. Enjoy the ride. You're really up for something truly memorable, deeply romantic. I hope to see you guys in my next one. I hope you've enjoyed this reading, and yeah, stay blessed. Ciao!